The reason I started on social media is I think, like a lot of other people, I had no intentions of what I was doing. I was just making videos on TikTok for fun that I was actually planning to just repost to Instagram so my friends could see them. And then they started to independently go viral on TikTok. And so I took that as an opportunity. It was actually the person who was training me in dermatology that saw the content I was making. And he said, "You really have an opportunity here to reach millions of people. And as a dermatologist in clinic, it would take you a lifetime to reach that many people with the information that you're used to, educating your patients in clinic about. And so you really need to get serious about this and, start creating more educational content around the skin." And so I really started taking it seriously right off the bat. And, I kept posting pretty regularly, and it took off from there. And then I expanded from TikTok to YouTube and Instagram. And I think that there's so many people around the world that struggle with different skin conditions. And so I use my platform to really bridge that gap of information that a lot of people are missing. I went back to my platform. It's actually somebody else went back to my platform and analyzed it for me. And they noticed that my first post was May 1st of 2020. My first viral video was about 3 weeks later. And so they actually happened in short succession of each other. And so that really lit a fire underneath me that this was an important thing to do. I realized, I kind of took a bird's eye view right after those first viral sets of videos, where I had 3 viral videos in a row that had reached over 1 million views, and then had actually spread out to traditional media. A lot of traditional media outlets were covering the TikTok videos. And so I took a bird's eye view of the space, and I looked at it how much dermatology information is out there from actual dermatologists creating information about the skin online. And quite honestly, there really wasn't that much stuff being communicated to the public. There were people that were communicating to other scientists and other dermatologists, but there wasn't a lot of communication directly to the public on the things that we learned through our 12 years of training. And so I really saw that as the white space to fill. And so I started to post pretty regularly after I realized that the opportunity was there to educate. And I really didn't know that people were making careers out of social media, quite honestly, because I was so focused on my career in the clinic that I never realized that there was this whole other world of social media influencing. I mean, opportunities came from that, but my goals were always to just educate the public. Whatever people tag me in, it's really cool community, especially on TikTok that we've built. And, when I post, I come home from clinic, right? So I'm working all day, 8 to 5, 8 to 6. And then, I get home and I have hundreds of tags from the public of, content that's going viral. It might be a really gruesome pop of a pimple, or it might be a cyst explosion, or it might be a product that's going viral, a skincare product, and they want to know whether or not they should use it for their skin, or it's a skincare trend. I basically scroll that tag feed to look for, content ideas of what I should be responding to. And it's really cool. People, over the last few years they feel like they can trust me, which I'm really, honored that they are willing to listen to what I have to say, and they trust my opinion over these years. And so, I have this feed of content that comes into me, and then I'm able to respond to it. And so to me, the most fun thing is just, responding to anything. I like the variety on my platform. You never know what you're going to get. I literally just respond to whatever people tag me in. And so, I just I like the diversity of it. I couldn't just do one type of content. I couldn't just do skincare. I couldn't just do the pops. I couldn't just do the outrageous. It has to be that full scope. And I think that's what dermatology is anyway. We do so much, and people only usually see one narrow focus of it. Yeah. And so I try to make my platform everything, because I think that's what dermatology really is. Whatever walks into your office, you never know. It just shows up rash or spot or bump, and then you walk in the room and it can be anything, which makes dermatology super fun. But that's basically the chaos of the Derm Doctor TikTok channel. Yeah, so my role, is quite simply, I'm advising on medical content, the way that Cortina interacts with the world around it, right? They have amazing scientists that have created formulas for the skin. They also have an amazing technology platform so that patients can reach them from all over the world. But to kind of give you the full 360 view of this thing, it's a teledermatology platform that's available in 50 states. But the idea is that you can send in pictures of your face. And right now they even worked on, because they have this technology that a lot of other companies aren't able to work with, they're able to take your pictures and for free give you a diagnosis between something like acne and rosacea, which are two very common skin conditions, but they're often misdiagnosed and then you end up on the wrong treatment. And so what they do is they're able to give you this diagnosis for free, and then they also offer the treatments for them. But just having that diagnosis alone is really empowering for people, and their tech is able to get you that diagnosis for free, where a lot of people aren't able to do that. So you're able to answer some questions, send your photos in, and then they give you a diagnosis and a potential treatment for your skin condition. It's available in 50 states. And the cool thing is that they only use board certified dermatologists to make those diagnoses and make those prescriptions, which is very, very uncommon in the teledoc space in general. So, you're really getting high quality care. And for me, this was really important because, I spent 2 years creating videos on how to treat acne, how to treat rosacea, how to treat eczema, how to treat psoriasis. And the problem is that I'm telling you at the end of this video, well, you need to go see your dermatologist. And overwhelmingly in the comments, people are saying to me, I don't have access to a dermatologist. And that's the reason why I watch your videos, right? And so to me, I felt like I was falling flat. Like I was telling people, hey, you have this issue, here's the answer, but you don't have access to the answer. And so I still feel like if you have access to a dermatologist, go see your dermatologist. This is never meant to replace that, but it's for those people that don't have access, that don't have time to take off from work, that are in a state where it's going to take you 6 months to get in to see a dermatologist. Within 24 hours or 48 hours, you can have a diagnosis, a treatment, and then you can have it shipped to your house in a week for acne, for rosacea. And so for me, that's bridging the gap of this. Like, it's great to have the education, but you also need access to those treatments. And so to me, this was like the natural next step in my content creation. I would say let's go, kind of favorite sunscreen right now, because that's like the number one thing you need in a skincare routine. So what's my favorite sunscreen? Right now I would say probably I stick to my tried and true. It's the Elta MD UV Restore, which is just a really top sunscreen. It's a pure mineral sunscreen. It works really well, blends really well with the skin. Next, I would say let's talk about a retinol product. I really like the new retinol from Biossance. It's a retinol and retinaldehyde in squalane serum. Just phenomenal product, and helps with anti-aging, wrinkles, texture, pigmentation. It does so much for the skin. Then next, I would say let's talk about a moisturizer. Top moisturizer right now, I would say, is the Skin Fix Triple Lipid Peptide Cream. It's a really thick moisturizer that's really great for the winter. And I think in the winter, I have to say a top product for me would also be Vaseline. You definitely need Vaseline, which is the most occlusive moisturizer for the skin, but it just helps to repair the skin barrier, the lips, the whole entire face. And so Vaseline to me is a must-have staple in your skincare routine. And then for me, texture is a big issue that I face. And so I get these little bumps on my forehead that I'm always trying to target. And so I like to use a lactic acid exfoliant twice a week. And I've really liked the Polypeptide 1 resurfacing serum from Drunk Elephant lately. And so those are probably my top 5 right now, but that's something that's I always get sent products. And so I have the privilege of, not having to spend too much money on skincare. So for most people, if you have a good skincare routine, don't feel like you need to buy my top 5 products, but those are the ones that I've been liking lately. My systematic approach to the secret of better skin is I call it the ABCDs. And so vitamin A would be the A. Using a retinol in your skincare routine, that can be tretinoin or retinol. That's the A. And then B would be vitamin B, which is niacinamide, vitamin B3, which is a phenomenal ingredient. Get that in your skincare routine, really helps the barrier. C would be vitamin C. If you get vitamin C in your skincare routine, then that's something that's really going to help with as an antioxidant, but also it has anti-aging properties as well. And then D has got to be dermatologic procedures. I think that a lot of times especially celebrities, they discount a lot of what they're doing in the office. And so a lot of these are like chemical peels and laser resurfacing procedures, neuromodulators like Botox and Dysport. Those types of things really do help the skin, but a lot of people don't talk about them. And so seeing a dermatologist to have some dermatologic procedures done is something that a lot of people don't talk about. And so, yeah, those are my ABCDs of better skin.